Hi, I'm Moody, feeling moody. It's time for a collective reading. Today's moon is the waning gibbous moon under the astrological sign of Capricorn. Oh, this is about loyalty. This is about somebody having eyes for you, only for you. You want to see the card? Loyalty. This is about loyalty. Anything else we need to know that's going to help us here in this message, Holy Spirit? Loyalty. Oh. This is about somebody feeling unfulfilled emotionally or physically. Their needs aren't being met. Now they have a chance for new love. This is about this new moon coming in Gemini. Yeah. Wow. You have the opportunity to have somebody who is loyal. Somebody who's ready to meet your emotional and physical needs. Ooh. I remember somebody told me they meet my needs. And I didn't at the time, right? Okay, what else, Spirit? Cherish. Ooh. This is like the type of commitment that we want, what we dream of. Spirit's encouraging us to continue to move forward towards new love. This is a message for somebody who wants new love. At the top of their list, you know how when we are writing all of the characteristics that matter to us in another mate, loyalty is at the top. Right? They want nothing to be able to come in between them and this person. Okay, Spirit, what else? What else does the collective need to know? Because we're talking about true love. Absolutely. That love that has a foundation that can withstand whatever is thrown at it. Wow. There's somebody who has this on their mind. They want a new relationship, but not like any other relationship that they had. This is somebody who cherishes them. They feel like they deserve this. And I think we do. They've been manifesting. This is somebody, like I said, that writes that list. Like at this moment, they've gone through a lot in the past, but at this present moment, they know what they want. And they're manifesting that. And Spirit is like bringing exactly what they want to them. Maybe this is going to surface under the new moon. Could involve a Gemini, doesn't have to, but it is true love. And Gemini is the major arcana of the lovers. And it's a major arcana, so it's controlled by God. And God is love. And God is pure. God is true. You know, this is no games here, right? No. This is somebody who needed a change. I believe they worked for this. I don't believe it just came. They did, because it involved fire sign energy. It could also involve a fire sign, Leo, Aries, Sag. But fire in tarot is about wands, and wands is about taking action. Taking action. Somebody left a relationship. They moved on. They took action to move on to more of what they deserve. Maybe they're moving on from an unloyal partner. What else? Yeah, definitely a cycle is ending. They have completed a karmic cycle. Somebody's completed a karmic cycle designed to teach lessons, right? Growth in preparation of what's coming in, because something is ending so that something new can begin, and it involves love. Not any old kind of love, though. True love, like the kind that you want to protect. Something's ending, though. A karmic cycle is ending. I do see that because somebody's moving on. Somebody feels like they wasted time, or someone was a waste of time, or they wasted their time. But it's really never a waste of time. It's a learning experience. I don't believe in coincidences. Things happen to teach us, to spiritually prepare us to fulfill our contractual agreements for coming here. Somebody's expecting, somebody's pregnant, or somebody's impregnated with the need for more love. Okay, what else? Find out more information. Don't overwork yourself. Caution. This is like a card reminding me to stay balanced, to not give too much, not overgive. Maybe you need more information, which means you have to hold back until you obtain more information. More information is needed to see if this partner is loyal, or to see some disloyalty that happened in a karmic situation. Either way. Somebody also is grappling with their sexual identity. Yeah, they're still trying to figure themselves out sexually. They go both ways. That's for somebody. I don't know what that is about. But when you are determining who is loyal, who is going to be there for you going forward, and who you're going to be therefore going forward, right? Because there's a thing called commitment, and that only happens when two people decide to be loyal to each other. Some people are looking for that. Some people have moved on, started a new cycle. I'm being told go to the doctor because there is someone who's grappling with their sexuality. Just get a health test, a health checkup. Yes, okay. Especially before you move on into something new. What else, Spirit? What else? Nothing with these. Let me get something else here. For the collective, loyalty, needing more, and taking action, fire, being motivated, right? Spirit says some of you need to be still, be silent, be quiet, so that you can listen to that small voice inside of you. It has a lot to say. Be still and know that I am God. God is also letting you know He's with you. Somebody has a lot of tension right now. Talk about self-care. Could be going for acupuncture or even a massage. That's something you do like every few months. Okay. Also aromatherapy. Pay attention to aromas. The smell. Sometimes when I go into my grandparents' house, I can still smell my grandfather, right? Or somebody can smell somebody right now. Oh, right. Somebody from the past is with you. You can smell them. Pay attention to aromas, smells. The senses of smell is important. Okay, what else, Spirit? Collective. What else? You're going to like the smell of this new lover. And I love cologne, perfume. I like smells. I also love music. Music is the healing energy of the world, right? It's understood by all of us, right? We all can relate to good music. Music kind of frees us, it liberates us when we dance. Somebody plays the drums, the tambourine, claps. Music's important now. All of this is to keep your vibration up, preparing you for what's coming in. Somebody's moved on. They want something new. They were unfulfilled, and now they're looking for fulfillment. Yes. Okay. Okay, that's it. All right. What else, Spirit? Collective. What else? Let's see what messages Spirit has. What else does the collective need to know? Okay. Don't be indecisive. Or pay attention to this new person's ability to make a decision, right? For some reason, that's important. Maybe you were with somebody who's very indecisive. Like they wanted you to make all the decisions, come up with the suggestions. Like they didn't add to you. There's somebody that put more burdens on you. There's certain key indicators of somebody's loyalty, right? Okay. Pay attention if somebody fails to resolve things, right? Because they decide they're going to end the discussion. So they leave a lot of things unfinished. That's a clear sign that they're not going to be loyal. Also, somebody who's not in harmony with you, it's like you could be at home or in a space, and then when that energy joins you, that peace, that balance, that harmony is gone. Pay attention to that energy. That's not somebody who's going to be loyal to you. Remain detached from these energies. I don't know why Spirit is telling me that, but he wants you to know if somebody's indecisive, if they're not willing to resolve issues, to continue to communicate, because that's also a form of compromise, right? Absolutely. And if they are disruptive to your energy, right? Because all the time we're in an energy of healing. We want peace. We want tranquility, right? So you can feel when energy comes around you and it disturbs that peace. Pay attention to that, okay? Right. What else, Spirit? They disrupt your peace, your self-love. Look at that. Also, values are very important. That's why conversation is very important, to make sure that there's this alignment. Before you invest too much, these are critical conversations to have prior to any type of commitment. This is what you talk about as you get to know each other. There's a lot to talk about. Also, if somebody always is paying, always doing, always making the first move, right? They're overextending themselves, Spirit says. Pay attention to this. Somebody who never has money, right? Okay, a lot of things for us to pay attention to when we meet somebody new. I can see very clearly that's what Spirit was saying. So in love, look for someone who's loyal as your partner. And Spirit just gave you all the signs. A chance for new love is on the horizon, collective. That's for those of you who are looking for new love. Oof. Some of you are social butterflies. You could have a channel. You have a high social profile, or they have a high profile. Don't, because fame and a lot of followers, a lot of this, sometimes that goes to people's heads. Maybe you have a high social status, and therefore you need the right type of person to compliment you, because we never want to shrink, right? We never want to not be ourselves, not continue to fulfill our path, or feel, yeah, I've met people like that. I'm sure you have too. And also, the Spirit does say at the end of this, do not let that go to your head. Do not be arrogant. Always be humble. Regardless of what your social status is, be humble of everybody's social status. Whoa. Right? Because there are others that don't have a high social status, right? But we still have to treat each other with respect. All right? That's for somebody. Guardian angel. Yeah, I do feel that you are being guided at this time towards the right person, because there's a higher calling, a mission for the two of you, a higher purpose. That's why there's protection. It's like Spirit is sending angels to protect you from any misfortunes, anything that could veer you off your path of meeting this new soulmate. Yeah. Anything that could veer you off the path is like you guys are in a bubble. They come, but whatever they sent to block this union, it like bounces off of you. What else, Spirit? Yeah, there's something about this new partner coming in. It's very important. You guys have a mission already. Yes. This goes back to being still. Someone's exhausted, drained, feeling lack. It's easy to feel lack when we're tired. That's why it's so important for us to take care of ourselves. Me too. I have to do a better job at it. Somebody's also feeling financially drained. That's causing lack. And it doesn't just cause lack in terms of your finances, right? When we don't do something about those heavy hanging emotions and feelings, they take a toll over time. This is about breaking that chain, regrouping, recharging ourselves in preparation, because nobody wants to meet somebody who's drained, right? Who's gonna then pull on them for dear life. No, right? So this is about being told that we also have to rise to be able to meet the person that's coming in. It's a gift. This is a gift from Holy Spirit. It's like a lot of times we say we want stuff, but when it comes to us, we're not ready. We miss the boat. I missed it totally. Damn, why didn't I speak to them? Why didn't I follow through? Why didn't I, wah. But, something else, collective? It's not going to stop it from coming. These opportunities, this person, that energy of loyalty, it's on its way to you. It's, will you be reciprocal? Will you be open at the time, right? Not feel too tired or exhausted or woe is me, but be at peace, tranquil, ready to receive, receptive. A gift's coming your way. It has to do with loyalty, something that you wanted, someone that you wanted. Tell me about some love here. Let's get the romance angel. Let's just get right down to this new love. Because we opened up with loyalty and partnership, so it's a love read. It is. Trust. That vulnerability of knowing, of not being afraid. It's not necessarily knowing, because we never know how love is going to turn out, right? It's new, but you got to be vulnerable. You got to be open. We were just saying that. And receptive. It's coming. And Spirit said this situation is calling for you to have trust and faith. Yeah, because this, our trust could have been dampened from a past relationship where they were disloyal. They were disloyal. That hurts. That hurts when somebody isn't there for you when you expect them, when you need them. Yeah, but in order to attract what's coming in, this new love, it is going to require for you to have faith and also to be vulnerable, to be assertive, to be expressive, to be open. That heart, it has to extend an invitation. Yes. And then this is another card of new love. See, you got it coming in, but are you going to be ready? Are we going to recognize it when it comes, Moody? Right. Because we could be in that Four of Cups energy where we're discontent, Moody. Oh, love never comes to me. Nothing good ever happens. I've said it too. I know. But here it is. Here it is. Here it is. Moving on. When we decide to move on, it's like the universe rearranges for us to be in compliance with us, to be of assistance. That's always what Spirit wants us to do. Okay. Somebody is being told to pay attention to their finances and career. Yeah. Now, it takes money, right? Let's see. Holy Spirit. Where are my cards here? Here they go. What does the collective need to know about finances and career right now? Since that is a factor in everyone's love life, right? What does the collective, those who will hear this reading, what do they need to know, Spirit? Yeah, money matters a lot right now. For me too. Watch your expenses and save up for the future. You need to be prepared for the unexpected. Wow, that's the moon. Like, we can never see the future. And so we should have some extra cash at hand in our house. My husband taught me that we need to have cash, because then 9/11 happened and the vending and the ATMs were down. Yeah, I don't know where that came from, but now is a time that we need to make sure we have cash at home. Okay? And watching our expenses. I know I need to prepare for the unexpected. God is a God that does prepare us. You're being called to serve. I think there is like a greater mission with this new love coming in. There's a purpose. Spirit's all up in this. You're being called to serve. Some of you are mentors. Some of you are role models, guides, counselors, teachers. You do show the way. You're very wise and experienced, who I'm talking to. That's why you're looking for better. That's why you're raising your vibration to meet new opportunities head on. Spirit says you need to be aligned with your life purpose to fully be satisfied. And that's true. That's what's going to make us happy. When what we do with our life fulfills us, it makes us happy. Right. That's the objective here. That's following your fulfillment, listening to your heart. Oh my goodness. And Spirit told me to get this card. Listening to your heart. Like, our heart is a very important organ in determining what happens in our life. Being supported. There's that counselor again, a guide. Also, it's very important, collective, to have a job that you love right now. Some of you may have lost a job, but you need to know that what's coming in is better. And the reason it's better is because we get an opportunity now to explore some of the things that we love to do. You're getting that type of opportunity. New love is not just intimate partnership love. It is loving what you do. Okay? And that's aligning with your purpose. It already said here, you need to be aligned with your purpose to be fully satisfied. A mask. Yeah, this is about authenticity, finding out things that are hidden, things that make you you, things that bring you happiness, joy, creativity. Like when kids discover things, they're so cute, they're so happy. And that's how we are. There's still a lot to discover inside of ourselves, about ourselves. Taking that mask off. Somebody is an actor, an actress. Well, I'm talking to you. Let's go for raise that vibration, raise those intentions. You've got a lot of hidden potential. There's a lot unknown in your future in terms of what you love and who you love. It could be both, right? Could you imagine getting two blessings like that? It is possible. Spirit sent me here to tell us it is possible. So if we are single right now, Spirit, all of this is coming in. What's the most important thing for us to know? Focus on this person's good qualities, but don't ignore the bad ones either. In other words, also focus on your good qualities. Don't ignore the bad ones either. Address them. This is raising that vibration, coming out of that woe is me, I never get anything good. Love, you just stop believing in love, and when that happens, it doesn't come in. Yeah. See, somebody can't trust. They're having difficulty with trusting. The fear of this person coming in, the fear of them cheating. But you need to know, not everyone cheats. You need to open your heart and trust your partner. I know it's difficult, but vulnerability means that we're open to all possibilities, good and bad. And that's how love is, right? You gotta just jump in there. What else? So it's time to stop having excuses. Somebody has excuses for this, an excuse for that. Somebody thinks it just will never work out, but that's not true. That's in your mind. You're being told to find reasons that it can work, that you can meet somebody who's loyal, that love is on the horizon, and somebody's going to open their heart just as much as you're going to open your heart. And there is that alignment, and it is possible. And I'm going to leave it there. Thank you so much for staying till the end. Until the next moon phase, namaste.